Cold coffee on the kitchen counter. Your keys are gone, but your scent remains. The television is humming lower to drown the noise of the falling rain. I see your shoes by the closet door, the ones you said that you'd always wear. Now they're just shadows upon the floor, like every ghost that we left right there. I think about how we used to talk for hours running into the night, but lately every attempt to walk just turns into another quiet fight. We traded words for a heavy space. We built a wall out of what we hide. I look around at this empty place and wonder when we became unglued. Our silence still speaks, it's screaming out the names of the things we lost. Our silence still speaks and telling us exactly what the breakdown cost. We don't say a word, but I can hear the shattering of you and me. The loudest thing I've ever heard is the quiet where our love used to be. You left a note, but it's blank inside, as if you knew there was naught to say. A million secrets we tried to hide, they're pulling pieces of us away. I touch the side of your empty bed. The sheets are cold and they feel so text. The static echo inside my head is wondering what is gonna happen next. Our silence still speaks, it's screaming out the names of the things we lost. Our silence still speaks and telling us exactly what the breakdown cost. We don't say a word, but I can hear the shattering of you and me. The loudest thing I've ever heard is the quiet where our love used to be. Maybe the quiet is a mercy call, maybe it's keeping us from more pain. But watching every last pillar fall is driving both of us so insane. We are two statues in a museum of regret, frozen in time with the story left untold. Caught in a dynamic we can't forget, shaking and breaking out in the cold. Our silence still speaks, it's screaming out the names of the things we lost. Our silence still speaks and telling us exactly what the breakdown cost. We don't say a word, but I can hear the shattering of you and me. The loudest thing I've ever heard is the quiet where our love used to be. Just the clock on the wall ticking away. Tick tack, no words left to say. Our silence still speaks. Goodbye, my love. Goodbye. wiping away these ancient tears. I see your eyes in a stranger's face, caught in a loop of time and space. We build a bridge, then it burns away. Nothing changes the words we say. 1,000 years ago tonight, we watched a different candlelight, a different name, but the same old spark, reaching for you across the dark. We always find where the story ends, two broken souls trying to be friends. We build a kingdom out of sand, just to watch it slip through our hand. I loved you in every lifetime, through every century and every name. We searched for the perfect timeline, but the ending always stays the same. A different century, a different sky, but I always have to watch you die. I loved you then, I love you now, but fate won't ever let us keep our vow. Sometimes we meet when we are old, with nothing left but stories told. Sometimes we only get a glance, a passing train, a missed romance, but my soul remembers your touch. It shouldn't hurt to love this much. The universe is a cruel design to make you yours, but never mine. I loved you in every lifetime, through every century and every name. We searched for the perfect timeline, but the ending always stays the same. A different century, a different sky, but I always have to watch you die. I loved you then, I love you now. sat in your car by the edge of the drive. The radio hummed just to keep us alive. A melody played that I've known all my life, the one that could heal every cut from a knife. You reached for the dial and you turned it right down. You muttered, I hate how this track haunts this town. You didn't look over, you didn't even blink, and that was the moment my heart started to sink. It's the anthem I played when my grandfather died, the chords that I screamed every time that I cried, the words that you swore you would learn by the spring. Back when we promised we'd face everything, now you just skip it like static and noise. An old faded memory of girls and of boys. It wasn't just music you threw in the past, it was the first sign that we weren't gonna last. You forgot my favorite song, the one that told you where my heart belonged, the lyrics we hummed when the nights were so long. How did the right turn so completely wrong? It's just 3 minutes of chords and a hook, but you close the page on our entire book. If you can't remember the words to my soul, then how did you ever expect to make me whole? Dashboard, the numbers glowed blue, a stark modern capsule for me and for you. I wanted to scream out the words to the verse, but singing it alone only made it feel worse. You remembered the keys to your old apartment door and the exact brand of coffee I don't drink anymore. But the piece of my history that kept me alive, you left it behind on that cold evening drive. You forgot my favorite song, the one that told you where my heart belonged, the lyrics we hummed when the nights were so long. How did the right turn so completely wrong? It's just 3 minutes of chords and a hook, but you closed the page on our entire book. If you can't remember the words to my soul, then how did you ever expect to make me whole? It's funny how details just slip through your hands like water and time in our summer-made plans. You remember my flaws and the fights that we had, the things that I did that would make you so mad. But the sweet silver melody keeping me sane was the very first thing that you washed down the drain. Now it's just background noise. You forgot my favorite song, the one that told you where my heart belonged, the lyrics we hummed when the nights were so long. How did the right turn so completely wrong? It's just 3 minutes of chords and a hook, but you closed the page on our entire book. If you can't remember the words to my soul, then how did you ever expect to make me whole? So I'll turn it up loud while I'm driving alone through the empty streets of this broken down zone, singing the words that you used to know, letting you go as the final notes blow. Yeah, you forgot it, you forgot my song. like you're only running late. Every shadow wears your outline, every silence speaks your name. The coffee turns cold beside me, just like the words we never said. You left with all tomorrow's colors. Now every sunrise feels half dead. If love was only made of memories, why do they still make my heart bleed? I'm holding on to broken echoes, praying they'll become your voice again. If tears could rewrite us, I'd flood the sky tonight. I'd wash away the last goodbye and paint our stars back into light. If every drop could change the ending, you'd still be holding my hand. But tears can only blur the pages, they can't make you love me again. Your sweater still hangs by the doorway, keeping secrets I can't wear. The photographs refuse to fade, even though you're no longer there. Everyone says time is healing, but clocks just teach me how to wait. Another year keeps passing by, still arriving far too late. Maybe somewhere in another lifetime we never let our hearts fall apart. Maybe they forever found us instead of leaving empty scars. I'd trade every dream I've ever chased just to hear you call my name. But heaven doesn't bargain with regret, and yesterday won't change. If tears could rewrite us, I'd cry an endless sea. I'd erase the pain between our souls and bring you back to me. If love could bloom from broken pieces, I'd gather every shattered part. But all my tears become the rivers flowing through an empty heart. So I'll let the rain keep falling where our promises once grew. If tears could rewrite us, I'd still be writing you. The windows wear a coat of rain, like they've been crying all day long. The hallway keeps your footsteps safe, though you've been gone for far too long. The kitchen holds your favorite cup, untouched upon the wooden shelf. This place remembers every laugh, even when I can't find myself. Every room still whispers softly, calling out your name at night. I close my eyes to hear you breathing, but silence answers every time. The house that misses you still leaves the porch light on. Every door waits patiently, pretending you're not gone. The walls still keep your stories, like they don't know we're through. I'm not the only broken heart, the house still misses you. Your picture hangs above the stairs, smiling like you never left. Dust has settled on our future, on promises we never kept. The garden blooms without your hands, but somehow flowers seem less bright. Even the moon avoids these windows, afraid to see another lonely night. If houses could speak, they'd tell you how often I've called your name. They'd tell you every midnight prayer, every season stayed the same. The roof has heard 1,000 tears, the floor still knows where we would dance. I'd rebuild every broken wall if love could have one final chance. The house that misses you still echoes with your song. Every empty chair reminds me where you used to belong. I'm only one heart breaking, but every room feels blue. When I finally leave this place, it will still be waiting for you. One day another family may fill these halls with laughter new, but somewhere in these quiet walls there will always live. The house still misses you. We painted dreams across the ceiling, believing stars would never fall. You traced forever on my heartbeat, like nothing could undo it all. We counted sunsets like a promise, collected moments one by one. But somewhere between hope and morning, we became strangers to the sun. I still hear your laughter in the silence after midnight. Every memory shines so brightly, only to disappear with daylight. We were almost forever, just one heartbeat away, close enough to taste tomorrow, too far for love to stay. You were almost my always, the ending to my fears. Now I'm holding what we almost had, through a lifetime of tears. The photographs don't tell the story, they only capture borrowed smiles. They never show the quiet breaking, or all the lonely miles. I kept your letters in a drawer, folded like forgotten I'd never waste another kiss. I tell you love is never perfect, but losing you is worse than this. Maybe some hearts are written gently, only to be torn apart. Maybe forever isn't measured by the years, but by the heart. We were almost forever, so close I still believe. Almost close enough to build a home, almost too hard to leave. You'll always be my almost always, the dream I couldn't hold. Some love stories never truly end. They simply grow too quiet to be told. If we meet where time can't find us, where broken promises don't fade, I'll take your hand without a question and finish the forever we almost made. We almost made. The sky began to cry this morning before I even opened my eyes, like it already knew the story of another day without your smile. The streets are filled with silver echoes, every puddle holds your face. I keep walking through the storm, but I can't outrun this empty place. They say the rain will wash away the pain, but every drop remembers you. It falls exactly where my heart is breaking, like it knows what I've been through. The rain knows my name, it whispers every tear I've cried. It falls like all the words you never said, the ones you left behind. The clouds keep telling our story over every lonely flame. When the whole world forgets my heart, the rain still knows my name. Your shadow dances in the window every time the lightning shines. I reach for someone who isn't there and lose you one more time. The seasons keep on changing, but this heart refuses to move on. Even spring can't find the courage to bloom where you've been gone. If I could become the rainfall, I'd find every road you rode. I'd land softly on your shoulders just to tell you, please come home. I'd flood the distance between us, carry every goodbye away. But storms can only hold the sorrow, they can make a heart stay. carries every broken promise back to me once more. One day the clouds may clear away and the skies may lose their gray, but somewhere in the falling rain you'll hear the love I couldn't say. Tonight the heavens weep above me while your memory calls my name. If love could live inside a storm, I'd stay forever in the rain. I found your smile in an old photograph, a faded summer caught in time. The colors have all grown quieter, but your eyes still look into mine. The room is filled with silent echoes, every corner knows your name. I'm walking through yesterday's shadows, yet nothing here feels the same. They say memories soften with the years, like waves return into the sea. But every time I close my eyes, they pull you closer back to me. I'm lost inside your memory, a place I never meant to stay. Every dream becomes another road that leads me back your way. I'm searching through the pieces of the love we couldn't save. Your goodbye became a lifetime, and your memory became my home. Your favorite song still finds me somehow, playing in the quiet air. I stop and smile for just a moment, then remember you're not there. The moon still hangs above the rooftops, just like it did when we were two. But even all the stars together can't outshine the loss of you. If memories had opened doors, I'd walk through every one again. I'd hold your hand a little longer, knowing how the story ends. I'd tell you not to fear tomorrow, to fight for what we couldn't keep. Now every night I chase your shadow through the silence in my sleep. I'm lost inside your memory, where every heartbeat calls your name. The world keeps turning without us, but nothing here has truly changed. If loving you was mine forever, then forgetting you I never will. Some hearts keep beating after goodbye, mine just beats for you still. So if the wind should speak about me, tell it I never wandered far. I'm still somewhere between our last embrace, lost inside your memory, waiting where you left my heart. The moon was hanging over us, a silver witness in the sky. It watched your fingers find my hand. It heard I whispered, you and I. We thought forever wore our names like stars that never lose their light. But even constellations fade when love surrenders to the night. I still look up when darkness falls, searching for the light. We knew the sky remembers every promise, even if you don't. The moon saw everything, the first hello, the last goodbye. It watched us build a world of dreams, then watched it slowly die. It knows the tears I hide at night, the prayers I never say. The moon saw everything, but it couldn't make you stay. The park bench where we planned forever sleeps beneath the evening breeze. Our laughter lingers in the branches like forgotten melodies. I wear your absence like a shadow, following wherever I go. The brightest nights feel colder now since losing your warm glow. If the moon could speak, would it tell you how I waited? Would it count the countless nights my lonely heart was breaking? Would it shine a little brighter just to guide you back to me? Or has it learned like I have learned, some love was never meant to be? The moon saw everything, every kiss beneath its light, every promise wrapped in hope, every tear that filled the night. Though the stars still fill the heavens, one dream is faded from my view. The moon remembers all our love, even if you don't. So I'll keep looking toward the sky where your memory softly gleams, because every lonely midnight the moon still holds the pieces of our dreams. The hallway keeps your silence like it never learned goodbye. The fading light across the floor still looks for you each night. Your jacket hangs beside the door, a season that refused to leave. I reach for what is no longer there, yet somehow still believe. Some hearts stop loving all at once, mine never found the way. It keeps returning to the places where your laughter used to stay. Your shadow still waits at the edge of every room. When the evening wraps the windows, it quietly starts to bloom. I know you're far beyond my reach, but hope won't let me break. You're gone, yet every sunset tells me your shadow still waits. plays now and then, but never seems to stay. The records spin our favorite songs, their melodies worn thin. Every note unlocks another door to the life we might have lived. If shadows could remember touch, would yours remember mine? Would it still reach across the dark like it did one last time? I trade every dawn ahead of me for one forgotten night, to hold the hand I had to lose before the morning light. Your shadow's still white, even if you never will. It lingers where our promises remain forever still. The stars can cross the endless sky, the seasons always change, but somewhere deep inside my heart, your shadow never fades. So when the last light leaves the walls and daylight slips away, I whisper softly to the quiet, I loved you enough for even your shadow